Okay. Then we will read separately about Ashoka's administration and various other things about their edicts. They are very important. I will also show you some images as well. But first we complete all the other kings. So these three kings are important. The later kings are not important. You can just read about them, but you have nothing to just remember and remember and remember. Yes, Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara, and Ashoka. These three Mauryan kings are very important. You have to remember all the given facts. Okay. So next was Dasharatha. He was the last ruler of the Mauryan dynasty to have issued imperial inscriptions. Last ruler means not the dynasty, means who issued imperial inscriptions. That means the royal orders. Okay. Several territories of the empire broke away during his reign. Obviously, whenever king become weaker, so anti-incumbency, the revolts, agitations raged. And if you cannot manage, so your kingdom or your state was obviously broken away. So he continues the religious and social practices of Ashoka. After Dasharatha, Samprati became the king. Now, there was there is two various branches. After Ashoka, his one of his brother Kunala, that is named as the Dasharatha, he became the king. And from here, the whole empire was divided into two parts. Whole empire was divided into two parts. One part, just give me a second. After Ashoka, empire divided into two parts. The western part was ruled by, at that time, Dasharatha. No. After Ashoka, Kunal became the king. But then the empire divided into two parts. One region is led by Dasharatha and second one is Samprati. As Samprati ruled in the Pataliputra, so this branch is known as the official branch of Mauryan Empire. Okay, the rest was obviously declining slowly. So then Samprati became the king. Samprati ruled both Pataliputra and Ujjain. Now Dasharatha ruled on Ujjain. Okay. But after Dasharatha, Samprati ruled both according to the Jain text. He reconquered the provinces of Saurashtra, Maharashtra, Andhra, and Mysore, which are became the Dasharatha territory, which were disintegrated after Ashoka's death. That means Samprati again tried to make stronger Mauryan Empire again and again. Samprati patronized the Jain religion in eastern India as Ashoka patronized the Buddhism. He made it possible for monks to travel to barbarian lands. Barbarian lands mean the lands where the rule or the effective people are not follow the Dhamma. He was a disciple of Sushastri Suriji. He was a Jain monk at that time. Samprati was mentioned in the Kalpa Sutra Bhashya. It is a book as making Andhra, Dravida, Maharashtra, and Kurg. Kurg is a small state near about Karnataka, very beautiful place, safe for Jain monks. So then all these rulers are become weaker and weaker one by one. The empire was disintegrated into various parts, obviously. Then Shalishuka. He was mentioned in the Gargi Samhita, Yuga Purana section as a quarrelsome, unrighteous ruler. That means obviously he is not eligible like Ashoka. Then Devavarman became the king, Shantadhavan became the king, and ultimately the last ruler was Brihadratha. He was the last Mauryan empire. So you do not need to remember all these Samprati, Shalishuka, Devavarman. No, you have to just read the Ashoka. Great. After Ashoka, you can easily jump on Who was the last ruler? Brihadartha was the last ruler. Okay, and obviously Brihadartha, he was less eligible. People are very dissatisfied. There are agitation, revolts in various parts of the territory, and his council of ministers and other people who are very influenced, they take the benefit of this. And one of them was Pushyamitra Sunga. Pushyamitra Sunga was his commander in chief, and he removed the Brihadartha. He assassinated, that means killed the Brihadartha, and he developed his own dynasty. He became the king. So from after Brihadartha, Mauryan Empire was ended, Mauryan Empire was finished, and new dynasty that is named as Shunga dynasty developed at on the remains of Mauryan Empire. Okay, so from 3 to 3, or you can say 3 to 2 to 184 BC. These around 150 years, Mauryan Empire was existed in the India, and then this empire was collapsed. Now, for the next 500 years, around, there was not any bigger or all India empire established in the northern region. Though yes, there are many rulers who are strong, who try to develop the all India kingdom, but Gupta was Gupta became the successful Gupta empire that was established after around the 500 years of this empire. During the now, when any central kingdom became weak, so obviously the kingdom was divided into various parts. For example, imagine this is a kingdom, this is the capital. Kingdom was divided into various provinces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every province or state have their own capital. Okay. King was situated or ruled from the central capital, while the state capital was also an important power center. And each and every state also divided into various districts as well. Each and every district was also ruled or managed by officers. Okay, so whenever central kingdom or central king became weak, all these powerful states announced themselves independent. So the one kingdom, whenever the central capital or central power became weak, the kingdom divided into various small kingdoms. So the Mauryan Empire now divided into various provinces. Whenever new king, when new king again started to rule from this capital city, if he is eligible, if he is powerful, so he can try to again uh, make all themselves to the part of that kingdom. He can be successful, but generally many who are very powerful army generals who have great army, generally they are now make themselves separated. Same in as well in states also, there can be some district officer who are very powerful, so they also make independent themselves, or they do not announce totally independent themselves. They just pay the tribute to the this person, but they behave like an independent ruler. So same situation was happened during that time. The Mauryan kingdom, Mauryan empire or kingdom was divided into various parts. The central capital was now ruled by Pushyamitra Sunga. Pushyamitra Sunga. He founded the Sunga dynasty, and as well as some other independent powers also now became a ruler or king. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear to all of you? Make the comment. Put your comments. Very good. Very good. Now, what happened? So the kingdom was divided. So we will discuss the various features of modern kingdoms. How was their society? How was their religion? How was their economy? So, oh, so first we discussed about the Mauryan Empire and economy, society and religion. So the book Indica wrote by the Megasthenes and other later Greek authors, they provide various details about the society of Mauryan Empire. They told that the whole society was divided into 7 distinct groups. One is philosophers, or we can say the intellectual. Second one is cultivator. Maybe he also included the Jain and Buddhist monk as philosopher, because generally they discussed about the uh, Dhamma knowledge. Then cultivators, that means farmers, hunters and herders, artisans and traders, overseers, and the king's counselor. Though generally in India, normally Indian society was divided into 4 or 5 parts, as we discussed before, the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. So generally the whole India follow these type of divisions. Yes, there can be subdivisions also, or these divisions are based on the economy or their occupation, obviously. So as they understand India, they wrote or mentioned in their accounts or in their books. These occupations were hereditary and intermarriages between groups was not allowed. Though Chanakya was described in his book Arthashastra that the children's born after intermarriages, they are known as Sudras or Varna Sankar. So Varna means the Brahman Varna, the Kshatriya Varna, the Vaishya Varna, the Sudra Varna. And if there was any intermarriage, so the son of after this marriage who was born, he was included under the Varna Shudra. Chanakya mentioned in their book. Then what was the religion? So as I was told you, Chandragupta adopted the Jainism, Bindusara adopted the Ajivak sect, Ashoka adopted the Buddhism. Later, various other rulers also follow one of them any year. One of this is the great map which I showed you in the PPT also. So Kandahar or Kandahar is in Afghanistan. So this is the western boundary. After that, the Seleucus Empire was started, or Greek Empire was started. Here you can say the Takshila University is, which is present in present Pakistan. Till the Himalaya and the many region of Kashmir, Nepal was also either conquered by them or they tribute taxes to them. Some important places which you can easily identify, which are used uh, with their present name also. So Delhi, you can see here. Ahichatra, I was told you in the Panchal Mahajanpada, the capital of Panchal was Ahichatra. You can also identify the Allahabad, or named as Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh, Sarnath and Varanasi. Sasaram is in Bihar. Okay, Rajagriha was another capital near Pataliputra. Champa was the capital of Anga Mahajanpada, Vaishali. Then in central India, there is Sanchi Stupa, the Ujjain, the Vidisha is the famous state. Then the Pratishthan, you can also found the Tosli. Though this map is told you about the main capitals, the regional capitals, then from the places where we found various edicts or inscriptions. So pillar edict, major edict, minor edict, which was installed by Ashoka, and other inscriptions other than Ashoka was also founded. So here these inscriptions found, that means these region ruled by Ashoka, and as they are territory of Ashoka, so he established the royal order. Brahmagiri, Sumarnagiri, Maski, Sadnati, Yaragudi, Amaravati, Nittor, Odegolam, these all regions are the southern part of the Mauryan territory. Then the society was obviously based on the agriculture. So agrarian society, majority of the population concentrated in agriculture. All accounts speak of the profusion and diversity of crops achieved due to profitable combination of highly fertile soil. One thing, India is a country of rivers. So wherever there are good and rivers full of water, they provide very fertile soil. Then plentiful rainfall, monsoon based agriculture we have. Other non-agrarian activities, obviously the animal husbandry, development of various other goods. Kautil even listed various animals among the items that were assessed and taxed. So obviously when king received the taxes, that means those professions are in well manner. That means the traders of those professions gain a huge profit and they tribute the tax or revenue. Then what about women? So in the Mauryan Empire, as I told you, this empire was guided by the Kautilya, and Kautilya was a very good professor of the governance, the administration, the public policies. Okay. So women occupied a high position and freedom and were employed as the king's personal bodyguards. This is one of the unique thing mentioned by Kautilya in his Arthashastra. Women were permitted to divorce or also remarry. One important thing is Ashoka's one of the rock edict was mentioned an important thing, that every human is my child. That means as a king, I am the guardian of all of you. If you haven't any guardian, I am your guardian. Okay. So this is the teaching of Dhamma. Then as I told you about the economy, so agrarian society. Then the famous currency that was used is named as Pana. Presently, we use the currency rupee. So at that time, the currency was named as Pana with various denominations. We used the coins of rupees 1, rupees 5, rupees 10, rupees 20. We use the notes from rupees, I think presently 5. Yes, 5. I think rupees 5 note is disposed now. So rupees 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500, 2000 was closed, obviously. So at that time, the currency was Pana, and this currency was available with various denominations. That means value.